is up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of Drive By with Luis Torres. So, I wanted to just start off and say thank you to everyone that watched the KSR Eros Trilogy, where I decided to go crazy and run through 13, actually it was really 12 of my amps, which also included the 13th, which is and was the me running the KSR series through the effects loop of the Paul Reed Smith MT15, and that sounded killer. And if there's one thing that I found with that KSR pedal is that I don't know, I just can't stress that there's more. Up until Kyle ruined me with the KSR Eros, I completely had fallen in love with the Seymour Duncan 805, and mainly because it just had a 3-band EQ that you can adjust, and to me it was perfect. It had more of a range than your typical / classic overdrive or even TS9 clone, where most of those pedals just literally have volume, tone, and drive, and that's it. And that's, for the most part, good enough for what we do. Most of our amps, we're high gain freaks, so our amps are going to have that gain stage that rips your face, your complete face and body off. At the same time, I kind of feel that you lose a bit when you crank your gain to 11, and I say 11 because my Cherrytone Yeti actually does go to 11. So yeah, I feel like you don't have to crank your amp to 10 in order to get good tone. Like, I kind of feel that a better tone is found when you dial back the gain a bit and you use an overdrive to add some coloring in there with your with the drive, and all of a sudden here's this Seymour Duncan 805 where you have a bass, mid, and treble knob, and you can play around with that. And then of course I get the Eros, and I'm just like, really? Is this how things have just been going and how they're heading, where literally pedals that I feel are just killer? Now here are companies like KSR who are creating literally the better version of that pedal. So, that's why I wanted to go ahead and run it through a bunch of my different amps, because every amp is going to have its own coloring and its own flavor, and for the most part, most guys are using, whether it's, although I didn't run a PV, an EVH is close enough, but for the most part, I ran it through a Marshall, I ran it through a Randall, a Mesa, a PV by way of EVH. Another popular amp is the Paul Reed Smith MT15. You have guys like AJ over at Armored Amplification who are now creating mods for the MT15. So, that's going to be a hugely popular amp that's just, that people are going to be able to buy and get modified. So I feel like I needed to run that pedal across the board, just because I instantly felt that it was a different pedal. And I was just like, well, let me just, I ran a few tests myself. I was like, let me just go ahead and see or hear what it sounds like if I run it through a few, amps. And by a few, I think I ran it through 3 amps initially. And I instantly liked it. I was like, okay, this is absolutely incredible. So let me see what the rest sound like. And I just, every single time, kept noticing that it was making every amp sound incredible. So, oh shoot, hold on 1 second, there's a state trooper. No, it's a sheriff, K9 sheriff. I gotta lower the camera. What's up? What's up? What's up? So yeah, so it was definitely, one of those things where I was trying to figure out, where to actually, what to do. Should I go ahead and just run it through 1 or 2 amps? Okay, I'm going to put this on pause because I look a little suspicious being a little farther away from this guy. Okay, he's somewhere back there. Speed limit is 40. I'm doing 44, but the guy next to me is doing like 50, so it is what it is. This guy's not going to pull me over for doing 4. But he is going to pull me over for doing 48, because now he's right behind me. But he's not speeding up. He's definitely a little ways away. Anyway, what was I talking about? KSR. All right, so, yeah, I feel like Kyle has these amps that are, and products that are just incredible, and it's definitely something that you want to consider, especially when you're shopping around trying to figure out what you should get next. I think you should get a KSR. Anything by KSR. Even, and I get some guys and they're just like, dude, their amps are so expensive. I get it, man. I get it. Trust that I get it. But, there's a big but, and that but is it's totally worth it. It's definitely, his amps are like nothing I've used, and I've used quite a lot. There's a guitar shop right by me, and I try amps there all the time. So, it's not just what I have and own, but it's amps that I try just at my local shop. And KSR, I have the Aries, and that thing is just brutal. The series, Jesus, what? Just as a preamp pedal, like, I'm shocked at how that thing sounds. And someone actually posted, and they're like, mocking those that think that the only way you can get a really good tone is by owning, a tube amp. And dude, Kyle completely has abolished that, if anything. So, don't think that the only way you're going to get brutal tones is by having, some tube amp by Marshall or Mesa. Dude, just get yourself an incredible, get yourself a KSR PA50. Dude, that's the next thing. Kyle, you're killing my retirement account, bro. Anyway, so check out those power amps, and I'm literally about to send this KSR Eros prototype to Eric in New Jersey, literally right in front of the post office. So let me go in, let me grab my mask, and ship this pedal out. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and for watching, again, the Eros Trilogy, and definitely, there's so many different amps out there and products that you can consider. So, without question, check out KSR whenever you guys get the chance. If you can borrow, listen, if you can at the very least borrow something by KSR, you're going to be floored and be like, okay, I am a convert. So, all right, guys, hey, hit the Jesus. Hit the description below to link to Kyle's website. Hit the subscribe button right over here. And guys, thank you so much for watching. And as usual, I'll talk to you guys soon.